Hi everyone, Rajee Narinesingh here, transgender activist, author, and actress. You probably recognize me from the reality show Botched on the E! Network, and I've also appeared on the reality show I Am Jazz on the TLC network. So I'm coming to you from my very humble home here in South Florida, USA, and oh my God, y'all, you all just don't know how much I want to support my gay brother, Jussie Smollett. Well, for those of you all who don't know the story, I think if you're here in America, probably here in America, 95% of the people know what I'm talking about. But in case you don't, let me elaborate a little bit. So, Jussie Smollett is an American actor. He's a gay man of color, and he's openly gay. He acts on a real popular show called Empire. It airs on the Fox network here in the US. Now, when Empire first came out, oh my God, honey, it was hot. They had me season 1 and 2. I don't care where I was, I had to rush home to see Empire. But around season 3 is when I fell out. I haven't been watching it. Still has a following though. So anyway, a few weeks ago, Jussie Smollett claimed that he was violently attacked by two guys in Chicago. Chicago actually is where they film the show Empire. So he had flown in from somewhere. It was late night. He says that there was no food in the refrigerator and he was hungry, so he went out to get something to eat. I think it was like 2 in the morning. And honey, us LGBT folks are something else. Oh my God, the comments. Oh, they were like, I wonder what type of meat he was looking for at 2 in the morning, you know? But anyway, seriously, if you're hungry, you got a right to go out and get something to eat. I mean, even me, I've gone out at wee hours of the morning because I had a craving for something. So anyway, so he says he was attacked by these guys. And that he fought back. Hey, if you're gonna go down, honey, go down fighting. But he says that they roughed him up. They used racial slurs, homophobic slurs. They wrapped a noose around his neck, a rope, like if you were gonna hang somebody. And here in America, when it comes to a noose, it runs very deep when it comes to race here in America and the history of slavery. So he said that they put the noose on his neck. Also that they used the term MAGA, which stands for Make America Great Again. That was President Trump's campaign slogan, so now it's political. And that they threw bleach in his face. A lot of things going on, honey. Oh my God, we're talking racism, homophobia, it's political, bleach in the face. I mean, a lot of things going on. And when I heard about the attack, I mean, my heart went out to him. Listen, I have been an LGBTQ activist for 20 years. And anytime I hear that someone from our community has been attacked, I mean, you know, my heart goes out and it's just a horrific thing. Hey, I'm a transgender, multiracial woman of color who has been violently attacked 3 times in my life just because of who I am. So I know how serious this can be. And so my heart went out to him, but I don't know. I had this gut feeling and I hated myself for having it. I hated the fact that I had this feeling. It was like something just didn't feel right with the story. I saw the picture of him in the hospital. He had a little cut here. Didn't really look like he had been beaten up, but hey, okay. He had a little cut there. You know, it was reported that his ribs were broken, but then he came out and said, no, they were bruised and he was just really sore. Okay. But I don't know. it was something smelling fishy, honey. I smelled fish, okay? And I just couldn't explain it. And I didn't like feeling that way because as a transgender, multiracial woman of color who has been an LGBTQ activist for 20 years, I want to support my gay brother who is saying he's been violently attacked. I want to do that. So anyway, Jussie Smollett said that when the attack happened, he was on the phone with his manager. So the police asked for his phone because they wanted to that call. But Jussie was like, I'm not giving up my phone. And you know what? I can understand. Jussie said, I'm a gay man. I have videos and pictures and I have numbers of people, a lot of influential people on my phone. I'm not giving them my phone, giving up my phone. And really, when you think about it, y'all, I mean, I certainly can relate to that. Who wants the police all up in your business? I mean, not to say that you're doing anything wrong, but people walk around with a lot of private information on their phones these days, especially the fact that, the phones are like little computers now. So I got that. I was riding with that. I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me. So then the police were saying that they couldn't find any surveillance of him being attacked on any of the cameras. And honey, here in America, Big Brother is busy, okay? Especially if you're in a big city. Just about everywhere you go, there's cameras. But then I thought, okay, well, maybe a camera wasn't working. Maybe the angle that the attack happened at the camera didn't catch it. I mean, anything could have happened. So, okay, I'm riding with that. So then what happened is I started to think like the bleach in the face and when I saw the picture, I'm like, how come his eyes aren't like really red from that? Because, if someone's throwing bleach in your face, they're not going to gently do it. Like let's gently throw it on. They're, going to splash it on your face. But hey, okay, whatever, giving the benefit of the doubt. So finally, they find surveillance footage from another camera of these two guys walking in all black. So now I'm like, okay, yes, those must be the guys. So I'm like, oh God, I hope the police can get them, and I'm thinking those have to be the guys, So, all right. So time goes on and Jussie Smollett is on Good Morning America last week with Robin Roberts. And Robin Roberts asked him, do you think that the guys on the footage are the guys that attacked you? And Jussie said, yes, I'm pretty sure those are the guys, and I hope that they catch them. So, honey, the police, they were doing their homework. Oh, yes, they were. The police tracked these guys down, okay? And what happened is the guys left for Nigeria right after the attack happened, and they were there about 2 weeks. They came back. Soon as they got back here, the police raided their home, arrested them, took them in for questioning, and I'm thinking, oh my God, they got them. That's great. And hopefully they'll make an example out of them. So, okay, I'm still riding with it, trying to support my gay brother. And then a few days ago, the story comes out that he knows these guys. That the guy, one of the and as a matter of fact, the two guys, they're brothers. They're from Nigeria, but they live here in America. So one of the brothers was on the show Empire with him. He was like an extra on the show. And the other one supposedly is his workout trainer or has trained him working out. So I'm thinking, okay, now what are the chances that the same time that you're getting attacked, these two guys happen to be in the proximity, like that, in proximity to that, in the area. And then I'm thinking, okay, well then maybe the guys the two brothers didn't really like him because he's gay, so they wanted to, gay bash him. And so even though they were acting like they were cool with him and his friends, they planned this thing. They wanted to like gay bash him. But then I'm like, but wait a minute, how would they know the time that he was hungry and the time that he was going to go out for a sandwich or something to eat? And it was just like I started scratching my head, y'all. I was like, "Oh my God, come on now, what's going on?" But I'm still riding with it because I'm like, maybe whatever. They figured it out, and they were on his social media, and maybe figured out that he'd be hanging out around there. Okay. Well, now it's been said that they've been released. Honey, here in America, the police are not going to release two black guys, okay, who supposedly was in a violent attack on somebody. They violently attacked someone. They were involved in that. They are not going to release those two black guys unless they have something in their pocket. Unless there is something that they are holding, honey. There's no way. And it is reported that the police are saying that there's been some new evidence that has emerged that supposedly clear these guys. It's reported that the guys are saying that Jussie Smollett paid them to be a part of this hoax and, attack him or pretend to attack him. And ironically, they leave for Nigeria, so it's not very cheap to go to Nigeria. The plane tickets are kind of pricey. I'm just kind of like looking at the timing of everything, okay? Yeah, so I'm like, okay, and the police are saying that they're cooperating with the investigation. Oh my God, Jussie. If this is true, see, I'm the type of person, I want to get in someone's head. So now I'm like, why would someone do this? I mean, here it is. This is a successful, actor on a really, a hit show. He's got it going on. Some good things are happening. Like, why would he do this? If it is a hoax, if he did orchestrate this. So I started to think, well, maybe one reason would be to create a buzz around the show again and have, because they like I said, the ratings have dropped. I thought that. Then I thought, what it might be something that I'm calling the living martyr syndrome. Now I know that sounds odd, because a martyr is someone that dies in the name of a cause or a belief or, his or her people. Yeah, that's the definition of a martyr. But what I mean by living martyr is, and hey, can I make up a phrase, living martyr? Anyway, what I mean by that is, you all remember the Pakistani girl Malala? She was pretty young when this happened. She was advocating for Pakistani girls to be able to go to school to get educated. And she was pretty vocal about it. Her family was behind her. Her father, was very much behind her. And she was, like I said, pretty young. And what happened was one morning, the Taliban, barged on her bus, her school bus, and they basically shot her in the head to kill her. Because the Taliban wanted to stop girls from going to school, period. And so she survived it. She survived the attack. And since that attack has gone on to do some phenomenal things, she's gone to college, A book has been released about her story. She continues to be a phenomenal activist and advocate, and she even won the Nobel Peace Prize. So she literally has become the face for women's rights and women's and girls' rights in Pakistan. And even more than that, when you think of uh, human equality, human rights, I would say that she's probably one of the ones that you would come to mind. Like, that her life journey and what she's been through would resonate with that. So that's what I mean by that. And another example would be Nelson Mandela. Oh my God, God bless his soul. Him being a prisoner for like 30 years because he fought for his people in South Africa. He fought against apartheid, and then to come out of prison and go from prisoner of the country to president of the country. So, hey, I'm just speculating. Lord knows. Only God knows, and he knows if this was a hoax. If he did orchestrate all of this, why he would do that. Now, I have to say this. Sometimes people do things that the majority of the people would look at and say, oh, that was so stupid. That was ridiculous. How could you do it? That's just idiotic, etc., etc., etc. But for whatever reason, that person, whatever was going on, felt the importance to do it. And I guess the only way we get to the root of that is for Jussie Smollett to come clean and tell us all of that. But I mean, this is no joking matter. I mean, really, if it was a hoax, if this was all made up and he orchestrated it, I get wanting to. Listen, there are so many LGBTQ injustices that go on in the world. There's been so many violent attacks and even murders, okay, of LGBT people, especially effeminate gay men and transgender males to female. There's something about being male and negating your maleness, like just not, negating it, that make people angry. Maybe it has something to do with the misogyny in the world. But yeah, and so you can look at the stats. I mean, it's real. It is real, and so there's plenty of that. And I can get wanting to shed more of a light on it. You are a public figure. You're well known. You're on a hit show, and to have this happen to you, it would shed more light on the problem that we LGBTQ people have. It's a real problem. It exists. I mean, there's so many transgender women that have been brutally attacked and even murdered because of who they are. So it's real. So I can kind of get wanting to do that, and maybe the intentions, at the core of it were good, but if it's not real, if it's a hoax, if it's something that was orchestrated, then it doesn't do anything for us as a people, as a community. It doesn't. And it almost opens a door that I hate to see open, because anytime now an LGBTQ person, claims that they've been attacked, are people going to now look at us like, oh, are you making it up? Are you crying wolf? Are you yelling fire when there's not a fire? I mean, this is really something serious. This is no joke. Take it from, take it from a a transgender, multiracial woman of color that has had to fight a lot of my life just to be who I am. When they pulled me off that bus in Philadelphia, that city bus, 6 guys, and beat me up. And the reason they said they beat me up is because I'm a faggot and faggots need to die. That's no joke. I'll take a lie detector test on that. It's real. It's real. And when I think about all of my LGBTQ family around the world that on a daily basis are fighting, I mean, literally, it could be a matter of life and death. And even here in this country, there's places that I wouldn't want to go, you know, places in the country where I wouldn't feel safe. This is no joke. No joke. So many of my sisters have died. Oh God, I'm sorry, y'all, but you know, this is something that has been really laying heavy on me the last few days. Really laying heavy on my heart. And I had to share with you all. So, I want to hear what you all think. Please leave your comments. If you're watching this video on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And there's my book, Beyond Face Value, A Journey to True Beauty. It's available on Amazon.com. What can I say? We have to keep up the good fight. LGBTQ equality and equity. Let's not forget that. Love, peace, and blessings.